Hello, good morning and welcome. This is Donald C. Stewart of Fringe Review, and it is Friday the 2nd of August. Believe it or not, 2019 Edinburgh Festival Fringe starts today, and I am in a car park. Now, I'm not in a car park in Edinburgh, I'm actually in a car park in Glasgow Fort, which is where my journey to this year's Fringe is going to begin. I am here very early in the morning because my place of work, we have a Friday morning meeting, me and my colleagues, and then we're going to go off into the festival to have a look round to see if there are any performances which would appeal to our children and young people. Now, I have two colleagues I'm taking with me, one who's been to the Fringe before, one who's never ever set foot in a festival Fringe performance or indeed in Edinburgh during that time. So it's going to be interesting to see their view, particularly the one who's never been before, as those of us who are kind of hardened and been there time and time again can be a little bit jaded in terms of our sceptical cynicism when it comes to what it is that's actually happening over in Edinburgh. So although it has to be said, every single Fringe for me starts in a car park. It starts with, I live over in a place called Kirkintilloch, just outside Glasgow. Before that I lived in Ayr, which is 30 miles south of Glasgow, so I was always travelling in my trusty car, apart from one year where I had no car and I had to go by train. So car parks became important, not just because of my age, but because of necessity. So this year I'm going to be changing the car park that I'm in, and you'll hopefully find out a little bit more about that as we go on, because these vlogs are going to continue for my entire experience in the Fringe. Now, normally what would happen is I would go off and I'd write a wee diary, like a blog that I would put on the Fringe Review website, but instead of doing that this year, it's much easier to talk directly to camera. So at the beginning of each day and at the end of each day, I hope to be able to put something together. Because of the nature of reviewing, I'm not going to identify shows in the morning that I'm going to go and see. I might identify them at night because they'll be particularly good. And the reason for that is the Fringe Review have a very simple and I think a fantastic policy. If we wouldn't recommend the show to you, we won't review it. So if I tell you I'm going to a show and I don't review it, then it won't have been one that has met the standard of being recommended by Fringe Review. Why? Because we're a good Fringe guide. We are here to promote the idea that we are critical friends within the theatre community, which helps theatre develop and become better, therefore attract more people, become more popular, you know the whole thing, and then eventually we're all happy, as if that would ever happen in a creative space. So, Friday the 2nd of August, Easter House in Glasgow, let the Fringe begin.